Hello, guys. How are you doing? Well, let me just formally introduce myself. My name is Romeo, and I happen to be one of the activity councils, of the internations .org site. I'm like one of the guys who plans stuff around. So yeah, pretty much that's basically about it. And today I just want to talk about a few things that I might that might be very helpful to you guys out there who really want to migrate to other countries, or rather people out there who want to move over to Moscow. Because for this one, I'm just going to be specific because I happen to live in Russia. I have lived here in Russia for like the past 4 years, and believe you me, a lot has happened to me, and I have learned a lot of things. So basically today's video is about just me giving you my advice on how to survive and how to basically go about your daily lives being an expat, like in a different country. So let's get to it without further ado, because like I'll be drifting a lot, because sometimes I'll be talking about a whole lot of different things instead of sticking to the point like right now. So anyway, let me just get to it. All right, so first case scenario. Yeah, this dude, right? You want to go to another country. You want to seriously migrate to another country, find a great job, find a good life, I don't know, find a wife, or whatever reason that might take you to go to another country. So here are a few pointers for you. So the first thing that you must really look into is you have to get your paperwork done and in order. I mean, this one is very quite logical. You just can't go into another country with a tourist visa and expect to find work. So you have to be very specific with your agenda, like what exactly do you want to go and do in that particular country. I mean, if you just want to like tour the place and just check out the scenario, the environment, well, a tourist visa is very suitable for you. But if you want to migrate and stay there for like a couple of years, well, you have to be serious and get the right documents. I mean, if you want to find work, you have to find the work permit, you have to get it. So yeah, so the first point is get your paperwork done and in order. Be specific, be true to what you're really going into another country for. I mean, you have to have a specific target. If you want to find work, make sure you get a working visa, because in countries like Russia, they are very strict. You just have to have all the right documents. If you're a foreigner and you don't have a working visa, they are not going to give you any work. So you better have your paperwork done and ready and in order. All right. Then my second point is do your research before going to any country. In this case, we're talking about Moscow, or rather Russia. Do your research. I mean, what do you know about Russia? Do you know the Russian language? Do you know anything about the Russian culture? Are you conversant with what has been happening in the past few years? Are you going to be able to cope with it? And basically just do your background research about Russia or any other country that you want to go to, and just have that knowledge. Is very vital, very important. All right, so now let's move on to the next point, which is have the right qualifications. And when I'm talking about the right qualifications, I mean, like if you're a foreigner and you go to another country, it's very vital for you to have some sort of qualification. You have to have a degree, a PhD, in a particular field. Well, if you do not have any educational background, at least you have to have a very good skill. I mean, you could be athletic, you could play a particular sport, you can have some knowledge on a particular, field of any activity. I mean, you can be a coach, you can be a dancer, or whatever. Just have some right qualifications, because no country out there is going to be willing to let other people from other countries to go into their country who are basically not going to be beneficial to the country at all. So you just have to have at least some form of qualification, be it educational or a skill. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, then the last point that I have for you guys is you have to know the language. language is very important. Like if you don't know the language, it's very difficult for you to communicate. And if you can't communicate, you can't have any job offers. You can't get things done because you are totally like out of place. Nobody's going to talk to you. You can't say what you really want to say because you can't really use Google Translate all the time. There are situations where you have to react in an instant, and you just have to communicate. So you do your research on the language, at least know the basics about the language. You don't really have to be like very very good like a Russian in this particular case. You just have to know the basics, be able to maneuver, and just get things done. So you have to know the language. If you're going to an English speaking country, it is quite common, or rather logical, for you to know the English language. So in this particular case, if you want to come to Russia, at least just have a basic background about the Russian language. And it's not very difficult to do because apparently there's a whole lot of free materials that you can use. There's a whole lot of information on YouTube, on the internet, so it's very easy for you to learn the language. All right. So anyhow, the other point is that you should have contacts. I mean, just have great friends around. Just try to get along with people so that in case something pops up, in case a job arises, you can be able to like get the info because you are communicating with other people. So it's a great idea to join platforms, or rather sites like Internations, where you can just get to communicate and mingle with other experts. So basically that's all I had for you today. I hope you guys found this little information that I'm sharing with you quite useful. And in case you do have any other points, be sure to drop them in the comment section down below, and yeah, tell me about your experiences here in Russia, and I will gladly tell you mine. So do you guys think this is a great idea for me to be like talking about my experience in this particular manner? So yeah, subscribe to my channel. And by the way, this is just an experiment. If you like this idea, just let me know, and definitely going to continue making such type of videos. So there you go. Later.